Hey people, this is the Broken Puppet, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to draw an old school tattoo style rose. And now I'm going to teach you two variations, and I'm going to teach you a whole bunch of techniques so you can create hundreds of different styles of your own. You know, so you can really kind of personalize the ones you want. And that, got a bunch of different ones here, which you got, kind of basic sort of, rose. The more new one, this is one of the ones I'm going to teach you today. You got all sorts of different styles, and then you got this one, which I'm going to teach you as well. This one, although you probably wouldn't guess it, this one's probably one of the most basic ones to do. And that, what I'm doing is I'm going to quickly show you how to do this one first. And that, very simple. With any rose, like those ones, breaks down into three different sections. And that generally you've got the top part of the flower, which is this section here. Then it goes into this circle shape, just like the second part. Don't know what you want to call it, but either way. Then you got the petals. The rest I just called outside filler, leaves, little branch bits, whatever. I'll teach you how to do a whole bunch of them as well, but for now I'll teach you this basic one, and then I'll show you how to do like little variations to change it. Now the first bit in this one, I'm going to show you how to do the centre. Always start with the centre. Very simple. Start from that line downwards, go up, curve, come back around as if you're doing a circle, but the circle kind of overlaps and comes to a point on this, so it doesn't make like a perfect circle. Comes around there. Then on the outside, start from the same point you started before, go up, go out, and kind of like a semicircle. Bring it into a point, same circle out again, to a point, same circle out again, to a point, and just keep doing that all the way around until you come back to roughly where you started. Like that. Simple. That's the inside of this flower. When I do the next one, I'll teach you a whole bunch of different ones of these you can do, and different ways of doing the other bits. But for now, like I said, we're doing this one. Now what we're going to do, this kind of shape we done here, we're going to do it again, but enlarged, but on two sides. I'll show you what I mean. We start again, a bit further down, about half the distance of this. So you start about here, go up, curve outwards, come around like that, and connect up quite high on this. Not too high, but further out than what this leaf, this edge here is. So you want to go just a touch bit further. Then a little inward line here, curving this way. So connecting this bit here. Right. Then we go back down to where we started, at this bottom bit. And we're going to do the same thing we've done here. You see the semicircle? Real nice, real easy, real simple. Bring that up around. Semicircle. 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 And now, if you're worried about getting this perfect, you can always try a sort of sketch out with a pencil around the shape first. Do like, sort of your rough circle of the shape, so you got like a basic outline, but I generally just go straight into pen. With these kind of designs as well, you want a relatively thick pen, not overly thick, but about a 0.8 width for say a 1, maybe 1.5, but I wouldn't say too much thicker than that. Fine line ain't gonna do you no good really, it just doesn't look as good. Anyways, again, about halfway up this little gap from where this edge is to the edge we started here, halfway in between, you go up, curving the other way this time, curve out, curve in, and again connect up pretty high and make this go further out than what this line is. Then we just make this little bud bit in here, well, and that completes off that inner circle bit. Then again here, just a little bit further down from the line, don't start the exact same dot. You can do, but I just generally prefer to go a little bit lower. So start from about here, again, curve out, go a bit wider than what the line is, semicircle, 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 semicircle. I generally make them get bigger as I go further out, so you get a bigger gap here than what you do say on this first one, and that kind of makes it feel a bit better to me. And then the line we connect up this bottom bit here, we're going to do is we're going to take this and make this circle around here. Now when you curve this round, you want this to curve around, but you want this to curl and finish further out than this line here is. And because the idea, you've got this flower bit and then this bit's going to go around it. If it finishes before it, it doesn't make too much sense. So take this around, up and around. Voila. Simple, eh? Same thing the other side, but we're going to start a bit lower here and curve out this way again. And that you don't want to make it a perfect circle. You can if you want to, but generally I find it looks a bit better if we do it like this. So you take from there, curve it out, connect up here again, so it finishes further than what that line there is. There you go. Second part of the flower already done. Simple, eh? Right, the petals. Petals again, you can do a number of ways. I'll teach you when I do the more complicated version next. Excuse me. But anyway, starting down here, you want to start roughly and finish about the same height up these bottom bits. And now if you're worried about trying to do that, I generally find try drawing a line across with a pencil. You know, a straight line, then you sort of know roughly you want it to finish there and roughly around there. Don't have to be perfect. I mean, you could have it going other ways, but for this one, just try it like that. This, we're going to curve outwards, like a semicircle. But when we get here, you're going to curve the other direction, so you get like a little sort of lump bit. Then curve back and kind of mirror that image the same way around. So we go there, and we're going to curl back roughly to around where we started. See? So curl, then like a little dip in it, and just gives the petal a bit more sort of shape to it. We're going to do the exact same shape. We're going to do it 5 times around. So you're going to do one here, one here, one here, one here. So there's going to be 5 petals. Goes up. That little dip out of it. Dip. And connect there. And that. This one, it doesn't have to be dead accurate. It's just because it's making a base one. That's why these two sort of finish around the same area. But again, going to go up. That dip upwards. Dip down. Voila. To there. This one. Curl out. Dip up. Back in. Curl around. Yep. Up we go. Dip up. Dip down. And connect. There you go. That's the basic outline. Simple. 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 Now I'm going to teach some leaves. Yeah, I'll do the same ones on this. They're quite basic as well. Leaves, again, you can do hundreds of ways. I'll show you a whole bunch of variations. But like I said, teach you the basic, then I'll show you the more complicated ways. Right, here. Start off, I generally like to start off in the corners. You know, where these petals meet. So I'll have like a leaf going here, connects up on this leaf, then connects up now here. So let's start here, a bit far into this one. I'm going to curl outwards, and then the other way, just a little bit, like a little flick to the end there. And then this side, we're going to do the same, but we're going to make it go a bit further. So we start here, bit of a bigger curl, and just gently come back in a little bit as it gets to the end. So it kind of makes a little nice little point. Now for this one, this is like different to the other leaves. I'm going to show you. Starting at dead center point, you bring it up here, curving just a touch, so it kind of follows the same shape as the petal is. And if you're doing like a dead perfect one here, you can do a straight line, but this one's slightly curved. Once it gets here, you want to curve it out even more to there, because we're making that triangular shape on this. See? And then line off there to that bit. Simple. These bits can vary. These, like, you know, just like little detail lines. You know, you can do like, say, one across here, curve into the outside. You can have it going all the way. You can have like just a little flick of a one, and that you can have them like perfectly even, which looks cool. But every now and again, I like to change it up and make it uneven. So I won't do the next line in the same place. I'll do this one here. See, like that, and I'll do a line. Say, come off of there, and then we'll see another line, come off of there. Then we're going to do another leaf. This one's, I generally like to do like, you know, a couple next to each other. This one I'm going to start off here, so it's under this leaf. You go outwards, then inwards. That's that little sort of curve there, going the other way. And then again, curve out a little bit, making that kind of circular, kind of nice shape to it. Now, same thing we've done in this one. Bring out the line with a little curve. Once we get here, define that curve a bit more. Join up. Line there. Line there. Line there. Line there. Simple. You got all little detail bits you can do around the edge. This one, you can do quite a simple one. It's almost like a little sort of spike, if you imagine. Just curve up there, and thinly go back, but just going out a little bit wider. You know, so this bit's thicker. Pretty much the exact same shape, just a bit wider. Do the same on the other side. Voila, 2 leaves. Do one more. Do it on this bit here, over here. So we curve out, in a bit, curve out, in a bit. That line, that slight curve again. Split it. Then just some little detail bits. And then this one I'm going to do just the one, so it matches up with the other picture so you can see it. There you go. Voila. Simple. Old school rose. Perfect every time. Colouring, you can do hundreds of ways. See, in this one I've done, like, you know, the centre bit, I coloured it all red. Then what I've done is, leaving a little edge around that line, I coloured this bit in black. I left a little circle here of red, like a little highlight almost. And again here, you know, where the bit overlaps, see like this line here? If I get my pen, it'd be easy to point out to you. See this bit here? This line goes over, so this bit goes under. When it goes under, you do the black up to the line. If it's going over, you leave a little gap. See here, that leave a little gap? There, you leave a little gap. I'll show you now. I'll colour this bit in red. I'll colour it a bit differently to the other one because, well, no point doing the exact same. So we go here. You see this leaf bit is overlapping. So we go underneath like a shadow. Start thick, and then go thin. Where that line bit ends. Then I'm going to join up here. See, leaving that little gap. Excuse me. It's kind of like a little highlight. Again, just on that little bit there. Then you can just block that bit in. You can shade it. You can put like a dark tones and stuff like that. I'll go through all that in the next one. But again, here we go. See, this bit goes under, so straight up to the line. A little gap. The shadow on the leaf. This time I'm going to leave a little highlight on the inside. See each little circular shape? It's like the light's kind of shining from over here. Don't have to do that, but that's one of the things that just make it unique. Yeah, and see that's overlapping, so you get underneath, and you go thin where it kind of, that little over petal bit kind of stops. Do that over here. Then we're going to go around here, leaving that edge all the way around. See? Then it's going to block it in. If you wonder what pens I'm using, these pens are really good. They're Tria markers, T-R-I-A. They're brilliant. They got the kind of paint tip at the end, big bulk tip at the end, and if you put that bit on and just come off, always gets bloody stuck for me. No, ain't coming off. 1 second. Same kind of pen. And it's got a fine tip right at the end. See, fine tip, thick tip. So you got 3 tips, and God, they put the colour in so smooth, and they're like perfect for blending. And I've seen a few people on YouTube colouring with them. They're amazing. You know, a lot of graphics artists use them and stuff. They're perfect for tattoo designs. Again, just leaving that white edge, a little highlight. Now, because I've done this highlight here, I'm going to do another one just here, but this one a bit bigger. just a big circle and just don't colour that bit in. Simples. Before I do the rest, on this bit, generally these like, you know, overlap bits, I like to do orange, like I have in here, and I like to do the inside just like black. And that you can do is like leave this line here and do this bit orange, which you'll see in the next one, or you can put different colours in the middle, but for this I'm just going to do black. See, we got the centre bit, just black it out. See, and then this little gap in here, black that out. And same on the other side, like that. And petals on the outside, this time I'm just going to do plain reds. As we're here, I've done that, but I'm just quickly showing you. I'll talk you through the shading afterwards. So, like that. Like that. So you just leave that edge along the outside. I call this, I'm probably going to just fast forward and I'll do this bit, because it's just the same thing over and over around the edge. Up and down. Cool. Right. I know when I do it, everything looks in proportion, and the first time you guys might do it, it might not be perfect straight away. But just stick with it, it ain't got to be perfect. And I mean, I know I draw this, well, not exactly extremely quick, but fairly quick. If you've got to draw it slower, just take your time. Don't rush. Enjoy it. Yeah, here we go. And these bits, I mean, they look pretty cool white, but I'm going to colour them in orange. I'm a big fan of orange in tattoos. Always really stands out well. You see, like my flames, you've got the orange, and I like the light orange. And I'm a big fan of roses as well. Roses the web. When you're sort of colouring in, I find to try and find colours that kind of match up. So if you're using red, say red, yellow, red orange, red pink. You know, if you're using red and blue, or like red and like green in these bits, I mean, you can make it work if you try it, but generally those kind of colours clash. Green. The leaves. Now we're just going to colour this bold, except for the little sort of, you know, diamond shape at the end. So that's them coloured in, except for the diamonds. This I'm going to switch up, yellow rather than the orange. The little diamonds just colour in yellow. The outside bits, yellow. 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 Voila. And there you have a very classic old school type, you know, rose tattoo. This one, the reason I showed this one first, this one can be shrunk down very small. It can be made very big. It works with pretty much any design you want to do it with. And I mean, you can use it for quite advanced ones. I'll quickly go show one of the designs I've kind of used a very similar rose in. Yeah. You see here, like this. See, very similar sort of roses. They're perfect for backgrounding, flinging areas, just making them look a lot more interesting. And a lot of times if you do say a figure of a person, like an old school jaguar or a skull, sometimes it just looks a bit lonely on its own. Doing something like that just makes it like 100 times better. Right. one thing I want to do, which I like to do, which makes these stand out. You can do this any colour you like. I like to use blue. A lot of others I know usually use yellow, brown, pink. But very simple technique. Just go right around the edge, on the outside, not the inside. All the way around. Try and keep the line the same thickness for this effect. I'll be showing you more effects in the advanced tutorial, which you'll find straight after this. I'll put links on the page. But this one's like the basic, the next one's like the advanced, and I'll show you all the techniques in the next one. I'll show them all in this one, but it takes too long to show them all in one video. You mind, how long is this going on? Right, it's going to be a couple of videos. Take a bit longer than I thought. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Flick. Flick. There you go. So it just gives it like a bold finish. On paper, looks very, very good. In tattooing, to be honest, you can put them on there, you don't necessarily need it. That's cool, I'll show you on this in this video. What you can do as well, little ball shape, smaller ball shape, smaller ball shape, big ball, this little ball, bigger ball, little ball. It's just another way of just tricking out your art. It's like an ink spill effect, but it just generally looks fancy and adds a little bit extra to it. You can use more techniques, but anyway, that's part one. Good, simple, old school rose. Next video, the more complicated version. So this one was this tape. Now I'm going to do this tape, and I'm going to show you a whole bunch of other bits. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Next video.